Hi guys. So let's try my microphone. I can see 7 people here. I don't know who you are, guys. So thank you so much for joining this live session. Um, so please, once you join in, please say hi and where you're joining from. I want to meet you guys. So let me know where you're joining from. And our guest is in the studio. She's looking so fab. Oh my god, this lady is cute. Um, don't toast her. She has kids, okay? So don't even think they can shoot shots here. Anyways, yeah. So before I let my guest in from behind the curtain, hi guys. My name is MJ. I'm popularly called Nurse MJ, right? And this is my channel. This is my YouTube channel where I share a lot of things. And because I'm a nurse, I have to and I mean, how do I put that word? Give the content my audience want. So even though I didn't want to do nursing on my channel, I couldn't escape it. Yeah. So my guest is here. So once you join it, thank you so much for joining this live session. I really appreciate every one of you from where you're joining. Hi, Yusuf Killer from Lagos. Hi, Sharon from Nigeria. Hi, Marvel, Jessica, beautiful name. Thank you for joining from Warri. A lot of people are from Nigeria. Wow. Thank you guys for joining. And so my guest is Nurse Ofela. If I call your name wrong, don't laugh at me, okay? No worry, you introduce yourself. I know you are already showing face. Yeah, so she's going to introduce herself when she comes in, and we're gonna do some mic check. I believe you all can hear me because no one has complained about my voice and you guys are responding to the chat. Thank you so much for joining, guys. So let's just go straight up. Let me bring our guest up. Yeah. So currently we have 14 people watching this live. Great. I mean, we just started. I love the attendance. Like everybody's joining. Like, yeah. We keep to time here.
Hi,
So
and everyone here.
So we can hear you, but for you to talk, yeah, I'll have to. The last time I had this experience with StreamYard, I had to mute my mic, and then that way they can hear you properly.
Okay.
So you mute your mic now,
Uh,
okay, and then you're gonna introduce yourself soon. So I just, yeah, fine. So my guest is in now. You can see her beautiful face, charming, beautiful, stunning, exotic. See, end of child. Child is out of stock. Just look at her. Oh my goodness, she's looking hot, beautiful. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, Nurse Fella, you're gonna introduce yourself to us. Your name, I mean, what you're popularly known as, and what you do. Okay, you can tell us a bit about where you work before we go right into it. I hope your husband and your kids are not going to distract our discussion. This. So when you want to talk, don't forget to unmute your mic. Okay, great. It's so amazing to have you here. You look so beautiful. I can't get over that. Okay, so I'm gonna mute my mic now and you can talk. I plan for us to just spend maximum 1 hour 30 minutes. I want us to just go straight to the point, talk, and let everybody go home. We share the grace and fellowship. All right, so I'll allow you to speak now. Thank you.
good afternoon, everyone. I think it should be evening in Nigeria or wherever you're watching from. Good morning, whatever the time difference is, just so that we're greeting you. Ifeoluwa Olufela is my name, and I'm speaking to you live from Canada. Nurse MJ, thank you so much for this opportunity. You look stunning too. I like your sunshade. You can send it to Canada. I would appreciate it in my mailbox. Alrighty, so Ifeolu Olufela is my name. I'm a registered nurse in Nigeria. I'm a licensed practical nurse in Canada, but hoping to get my RN this year because I'm going to be explaining the process to you so that it's you get the work, but we'll do it regardless. So currently I work with Manchester Rose Healthcare. It's an agency. So there are agencies you can work with in Canada, but I work as a nurse. The only thing is that with agency, I get some advantage, which I'll talk about, and I'll tell you my reasons for choosing the agency as we also talk. But for now, I work with Manchester Rose Healthcare. And I also I have a part-time job too with Majesty Home Healthcare. Yeah, so I have two agencies I work with at the moment. And I have a child, I'm married, and I think that's it for now. I'll leave you guys to ask me any question you like me to answer, and trust me to deliver. The one I cannot answer, I will make sure to note them down, then I will get across to you, sure.
Beautiful. So now you can mute your mic so I can talk. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. And I want to appreciate you for creating time for this. I know we have planned this since last year, but we couldn't do it because of our schedule and because of the time difference. It's been really, really hard. Thank you everyone for joining in. I'm seeing you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, so we're gonna go straight down to business because I do not want to keep anyone so long here, and because I know you need to rest. I did night shift too, and you know how crazy it is. The night you finish, you can't sleep. It's so annoying. So I literally couldn't really sleep all day. Yeah, and then I had to run some errands too. So our topic of discussion is Canada migration pathway. You know, we had a chat and I know the things you talked about, but I believe that you're going to be more than helpful today. So let's go right to it. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about your journey down to Canada? How did you end up from Nigeria? How did you enter the plane? How did you find yourself in Canada, and why Canada? I want us to have that foundation so we can build on it. Okay, so tell us, unmute your mic and tell us why Canada and how did you land yourself in Canada. Okay.
No, MJ, that's a deep question. Do you want people to do how on this channel today if I start talking? Because love brought me to Canada. So anyways, I'm not going to say too much of that story. If you want to know the main story, the gist is on my channel. Just look for my love story, something like that. You see it is on my channel.
Oh, I forgot to introduce her. I think we're not having problem with your mic.
I don't know.
I don't think we're having
Okay.
We are. When I talk, we're having problem anyway. Yeah, so I forgot to introduce Nurse Ofela. I know that a lot of people know her, and for those who do not know her, she is a YouTuber. Her channel is beautiful. Have I subscribed to your channel? I think I did. If I did not, you will beat me later. I give you opportunity. The go ahead to beat me. Yes, so she's got a YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more after this chat with her, go to her channel. Go and grab her by the neck like this until she drags you to Canada. Okay, so let's go back to your love story, Nosife.
So I can just brief it to us, just to start on a light note and make everybody settle down and all that. So I never planned Canada. Canada was never imagined. I knew I was going to travel, but I was planning UK. Everybody goes to UK fast. I'm like, okay, I go to UK, but then I didn't have any process set up. The only thing I knew I did, and that's another, I think that's the first thing we should take note of. If you know you plan to travel, then the first thing you need to do is that you need to set yourself on the right path. Like, have your passport ready. That's the smallest thing anybody would do. Just do it. The passport, the one I did was 5 years. And on the 5th year was going to expire was when I met my husband. So it was going to expire. I was even saying on the 4th year, I was telling God that, I bought this passport and I wasted money. In fact, somebody almost duped me. So, but then he had a plan for me. On the 5th year, I was going to expire. I met my husband and So just have your passport ready, right? Then do IELTS. IELTS is for 2 years. So in the process of 2 years, you're almost set, right? So I met my husband. I was in school. I was in my final year in Bangkok University because I went to School of Nursing Lut first. After Lut, I was not going to settle for not having a bachelor's in nursing. I was really shattering my heart that I won't say I wasted 3 years in School of Nursing. I was just like, why would you want me to do 3 years and you're giving me just RN? Like, so it really bothered me. So I said I was going to do my BNSC. So I proceeded to Bangkok University, and at that point, my dad was jobless. I had to sponsor myself through school. It was rough, but I was doing like 2, 3 jobs to get myself through school while I was in Nigeria. So I on my final year, I had to pay 450,000 in first semester, I think. So I've not raised the money. I think I had maybe 200,000 in, what is our job we do in Nigeria now, trip collection. So I had 200,000. Like, okay, that's okay. That I need like 250 more, right? I have my mom's friend that borrows me money, like if I need, so I pay her back every month. She says she doesn't have more than 100. I'm like, okay, I'll transfer for the minute 100. So I was just scrolling through my WhatsApp. I saw my friend. She was on a challenge. It was a celebrity. It's challenge. She wanted to give away 50,000. 50,000 is not so much of money, but it was so much to me because I needed money now. So I was like, let me join this challenge. So you never can tell. So that's I just up on the channel, like, let me just join the challenge. And the challenge, just asks us to post a picture of where you work, tell us why you love what you do. And nursing for me is a passion. I love nursing. I love nursing a lot. So I just posted a picture of me in the theater. I was about to start the surgery. I just said, let me just snap this picture. So we took the picture and I posted it. I contacted my brother because he writes well. I write well, so I'm like, okay, just give me one nice line, like for my profession. Okay, I got you now. So he sent me a line. I reviewed it, added my own, and just posted. So she posted my picture on her page, like part of the contestant. I think we had like 10,000 people for that 50,000 naira. So I was like, how am I going to win this money? And I need to win the money because I want to pay my school fees. So it was liked. She wanted likes. When you like the picture, comment, then she knows that, okay, yeah, we want this person to win. So I would like, so she wanted to pick top 10 first, then from top 10 to top 1. We had doctors, pharmacists, a lot of people in that challenge. So what I did was that I make it a point of duty to always be on Instagram an hour or 2 every day. I go to people's DM, like, I don't even know you. I just go to your DM, like, good morning. I want to pay my school fees in Bangkok University. I want to pay my school fees in Bangkok University, and I need to win the 50,000. Can you help me to just like my picture? Don't follow me, just like my picture. They say, okay, I'll like it. Thank you. So they go there, they like the picture. I was going around them. I just go to explore. So when I see you on explore, I just go to your DM. Please. I want to pay my school fees. Can you like my picture? I don't want to cry. Can you like my picture? So they like it. They're like, oh, nice. So before you know it, I was part of the top 10 because I had like over 15,000 likes. So I went to my place of work. Everybody at work knew I was looking for 50,000. My manager, I'll tell my manager, please, can you help me like this picture? Everybody at my place of work. I was working 2 jobs. Like I had one for night, one for money. So I told everybody there. So they asked me, if you're fan, are you in top 10? I said, I'm not yet in top 10, but people should like the picture. So they kept liking the picture and it was going viral. My friends were posting for me. Like, I know if Fem was get a 50,000 naira. So I was part of the top 10, luckily. Then from top 10, she said she was going to pick a top 1 by herself. So I didn't know what she felt or what she saw, but I emerged the winner, right? So I emerged the winner, and then she posted my picture on her page, and that was how my husband saw me. Like, oh, I think this girl is nice. He sent me a DM. So I will stop at that. You go to my channel too. So,
Ooh, I was wondering, where is this 50K discussion? Where is it taking us? Where is this discussion landing? Ashe, it's a boy. So you not only find 50K, you found man. Wait on, ma. Wait on. Wow. I love it. Unmute your mic.
Yeah, so if you want to read more about the story and all that, and I was able to convince me, like, because my husband, I don't think we knew for more than 5 or 6 months before we got married. So if you want to know the old stories on my channel, I just go to Love and Family section on playlist, you'll find it there. Yeah, so that was our
The name of your channel.
So my channel name is Nosofela. Just this name on it. Nosofela is my channel name. Very simple. Just type Nosofela. You find my channel. Follow me on my channel. I also have a WhatsApp group for nurses wanting to migrate to Canada. So where we share information. I just my the main goal I have right now is to share information to people. I want, because when I got into Canada, it was really hard. There was no information. There was no connection. People don't come here a lot. That's the truth. So we have limited nurses. So I just thought to myself that whatever information I have, I'll put it out there. So it's like my own special calling to make sure that people find their path easy to Canada, because I found it easy because like my husband filed for my PR, did everything, fulfilled my form, and I got my visa and all of that, you know. But then becoming a nurse here was now the thing. So basically that was it. That was how I found myself in Canada. I came in here 2019 in November. I did my wedding that same year, and I came here that same year. So it's really a bit of story. You'll love it. It's on my channel. And I've been here for over 2 years now. So let me know what question you want to ask again. I don't want to see all those juice parts.
Thank you so much. Your story is so beautiful. I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna watch that story this night. I will look for it. It's so beautiful, and I'm so happy for you. Like, I'm so happy for you. God has been so good to you. Okay, so that's how you found yourself in Canada. Now, that's a beautiful story. Now let's go to the living in Canada part. How has it been living in Canada? And then we'll now go to the nursing part. Okay, because I want people to see, maybe they're gonna find interest in this, maybe it's worth them staying and listening or not. So tell us about living in Canada. How has it been? What do you think? Give us your undiluted opinion. Honestly, I don't want people to say, the reason why I went to Canada is because one nurse, MJ, invited one nurse from Canada and she said it is like this, it is heaven on earth, it is paradise. And then we got there, hey, fire. I don't want anybody to quote me. Okay, so give us the undiluted truth so people can decide to go if they want. No one is forcing them. I also started this kind of ministry because I realized that a lot of people hoard information. Information is gold to people, and most people really hoard it, and I don't think it's fair. I believe that, okay, if you want people to pay for things that you do, it's good, it's very okay, but in the little way that you can, I just feel passion for people. Like, I feel like our people, like, because I know how difficult it was, how hard it is to get money, I can relate. So I feel like it's not fair. Even if it's 5K, I feel like I don't want to take that money from you. Like, you can use it for something else. And because it was difficult for me to also get information during my own time, I just feel like, let me do this. And that was how I started. So we kind of have the same mission. That's why I started this. And thank God for what you've achieved so far. And I'm sure you're also proud of yourself for doing this. So let's go to living in Canada. How has it been like? Is it worth it at the end? That's what I wanted to tell us at the end of your story. Now let us know if it's worth it. What do you think about it? Yeah, you can go ahead. Unmute.
Yeah, so Nosem, you said undiluted truth. Don't worry, I'll say the undiluted. Well, for someone like me, I think some people that knows me may be on this live. I don't like to sugarcoat. So if I'm telling you this is it, they just know that is it, because whether I try to hide some information or not, it won't help us. It won't help me, it won't help you. I like that. I like to be credible. I like that people can say, okay, when Ife says this, you meet it that way. Ife is my first name. So that's how I live my life. So living in Canada has been amazing, wonderful. Usually for every Western world, it's lonely, boring. But because I have a husband, I came in. My husband was already here waiting for me, so I had family, they have them here, so it sets me on the path. Like, so the loneliness was not, it was there kind of sometimes before I got the job, because I started working as a personal support worker. Yeah, that's another thing I need to chip in quickly. When you come into Canada, please don't expect to start working as a nurse like on day 2 or next month or next 2 months. You're going to start somewhere, right? This is not our country. You get, they want to be sure that, yes, so what are we licensing you? Are we going to license you or not? They want to be sure of certain things. So I started as PSW, or some people start as HC. I started as PSW, and I was earning something low, but of
But of
course,
course,
happy
happy
that
that. What's PSW?
personal support worker. PSW is personal support worker. Then HCA is healthcare aid. So you can either start as healthcare aid, HCA, or PSW, personal support worker. So living in Canada is fun. I like it here. And I think another thing I really cherish is the racism part. I don't think I've experienced any form of racism here. Maybe just once. And I had to put it to the lady, like we met at work, like, and you're trying to, like, because I'm black, so I had to put it, are you a racist? And everybody I work with, like, Helen, I'm like, but that's the truth. Let me ask her why she's so mean at me. That's just one. So I've been living here for over 2 years, and that was the only one time I've experienced, and I think I had one story too. So racism here is not as much, and I think the government really supports you a lot. Like when you come into Canada, I will also speak about that. There are centers that are ready to receive you. You know, they're ready. Like we are in Alberta, we have Breeden Center. They have other names in other provinces. Now, another thing you should know about Canada is that Canada is a country with a country inside countries. Like, okay, what I mean is that when I live in Alberta, what we do in Alberta is different from what you do in Nova Scotia. It's different from what you do in Ontario. It's everywhere is different in one way or the other, not in all parts. Like especially the nursing part is different. So they have centers willing to accept you. They put you to, they give you I have a counselor till date. So if I just call her like, oh, my nursing journey, this is it, I want to change or this, she'll give you all the advice you need. Then they set you up for classes. If you have an exam, set you up for classes, give you textbooks if you need to borrow. They organize classes for you, Zoom and all that. So I think they're quite supportive in terms of that. But however, there were still some point that were really shaky. So I thought like, okay, I would do for information myself and put it out there. So the support is there, and living condition is not bad too. At least when you come here, don't put it to mind that when I come to Iloibo in the abroad, I'll pick money on the streets. No, you have to start really low. When I moved into Canada, we were not in my house. This house is our house. We're not in our house. We were living in a condo. So condo is you know rent, you pay every month and all that. It's not your house. You don't own it. Yeah, and I think the plastic chairs in the basement that I showed you. What I used on my dining was plastic chair to eat. Me, I don't send anybody, nobody send me. I was when you come to my house, I'll serve you on that same plastic chair. We'll eat
Yes, I'll come to your house.
to my house. So when you are willing to start little, you get, and there is nobody that will body shame you or say, when I went to her house, that's why she has only plastic chair. Nonsense. They don't do that in their bro. We drop that mentality in Nigeria. I don't do it in Nigeria. I'm just saying that a majority do it and they drop it in Nigeria. So nobody would fault you for if you like wear one clothes 10 times to church, to outing. Nobody's gonna call you that. Why are you wearing only one clothes? Although we have centers that can give you clothes. So if you need clothes, we have centers that will give you clothes. Yes. My husband works in one of the homeless shelters. So they take care of people who are homeless. If you need clothes, you can, sign up for it and you get clothes from the government. They are used clothes though, but who knows? We wear Okrika in Nigeria. I used to wear Okrika in Nigeria. I'm not ashamed to say it. So and then we have centers that sell clothes that are cheap, like they are donated. Like if this dress, I say I'm tired, I can donate it to the center, and then they sell it to people at cheap price. Not the price I bought it, right? They sell it at cheap price. So you can go there, pick it up, wear it. I don't know you don't know me. I won't see you because you probably come from another country or another region to buy the clothes. So it's quite supportive. And then with people like us here, because I was telling my husband that I intend to do something for nurses. We have a basement that I want to develop. So I'm like, if I develop a basement, we can rent it out to nurses only. Like you just have to be a nurse or maybe somebody that is an immigrant to get that basement. And we can put like 3 people there. So it depends on how comfortable we want them to be. Then they pay when you are moving out, you have your own house, somebody else is, because they're always be immigrants, right? So I told my husband we can have something like that for immigrants. So with people around, you can have the support. Just be willing to start small. Be willing to start small. Me, I try to live my life like if I don't have this today, I'll have it tomorrow. But what I try to do every time is that I live by this principle. I don't allow my problem to show. Like if you see me, like I say, okay, Mustapha has money. What if I don't have money? What if I just put my powder on my face and I look all, amazing and that's it? So put your powder on your face, wear nice clothes. It doesn't have to be expensive. They are $10 clothes here. They do sales. Go and buy clothes where they do sales. Pack in dots. Iron there, wear it, do your hair. Bring wigs when you're coming. Bring wigs, buy your powder. I bought powder from Nigeria. I've never bought powder in this place ever since I came over 2 years ago. I pack a lot of powder.
All my makeup till now, they are from Nigeria. I'll never finish using. I don't do makeup all the time, so I'm still using them. My powder is classic. My pencil is number 13 pencil or something, something, something. Everything is still from Nigeria. I don't send anybody.
I use classic too. I love it, but I stopped using it at the point they were selling a lot of fake. So just be willing to start small, and I think it's an amazing place. Although the nursing journey is not as easy, I don't like to sugarcoat it, but we're getting better now because before I came into Canada, there was no province, there was nowhere where you can challenge English street. But right now, we now have provinces that when you get into Canada, maybe within 6 months, you can become RN. For people like us, when we keep 2, 3 years, are still there, or you never get RN. 5 years, I saw some people 6 years. When we met, we're like, I also feel I'm just tired. And I'll just encourage them, oh, I have a group. Do you want to come to my group? We can talk and all that. So it was tedious, but now it's getting better. Yeah. So within 6 months, you can even get your RN when you come. I have a video on my channel that explains all that to you. If you are willing, because those places are not as exposed. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. Those places are like not so exposed. But of course, it's good to be RN. So live there. And the pay may not be so fantastic at first, but once you live there for some time, say some 6 months, you cannot come into the city to make your big money. So which is not bad. The only reason why I've not moved down there is because of my family. And like I said, I have a home here now. So buying a house somewhere else, getting cars, I'll be thinking about it. So, but I already started the process. I'm like, I'll just maybe spend a 6 months and come back here, which is not bad. So that is it about living in Canada. I think it's amazing. Then you should have friends because it can be boring. But you can go out, go to church, make friends, and be willing to make friends. Me, I make friends a lot. Not like everybody's my friend, but like I try to be open-minded. Like if I see, I can just say, oh, I like her hair, your shoe is nice. And the person, when you appear people, they're like, oh, I like that girl. She in class today. It's really so because when I started my PSW, some of them organized trainings for you. My company, I worked with the Excel Society, they organized trainings for me. So we met a lot of Nigerians. In fact, one of them really comes to my house. I lost his contact. He will call me, I said, did you make that your egusi soup? You come and eat. If I did you make fried rice? Because I post food a lot. I like making food and making them look yummy, nice. So say I must go to your house to eat all this food. So he comes, he eats. We marry. So just make friends along the way.
Your PSW, sorry, your PSW, did you start the process when you got to Canada or before you went to Canada?
Okay. So that was what I was part of what I want to talk about actually for today, because I knew it was going to come up. Now for PSW or HCA, in Alberta, we have what we call a directory, whereby whatever you're bringing from Nigeria, your RN, your RM, your BNSC can easily be converted to you working as PSW or HCA. You don't have to go to school again because they feel you already go through that rigorous process. So all you have, but people that do not know about that registry, they still go through the process. So they go to school for some it's 6 months, some 8 months, some 3 months. It depends on the center you are using. So because they don't have that information, but now that we have the information, that's why we say subscribe to the channel. It's free. There, you get all those updates. So I have a link to the registry. Whoever needs it can ask me for it. So you just go to the link, you tell them, you submit all your credentials, and they give you a number. So that number will give you the affordability to work as HCA or PSW. But for me, I didn't know about that registry when I started. Because like I said, I was...
So you have that registry in Canada?
No. Yeah, we have it.
In Canada?
Yeah.
So when you get to Canada, you approach them, you apply. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a link. You just have to do it anywhere you are in your house. Just click on the link, then register. You see all the breakdowns there.
You give us the link.
Yeah, sure. I have it on my phone. So it's a link. Just go there, register and all that. Then but for me, when I started as PSW, I couldn't use the link because I didn't know about it. Now you can't give what you don't have. So, but what happened was that my husband had a part-time job with the same Excel Society. So he just told his boss casually that, oh, my wife is here. Like, oh, does she want to work? I have space for them. I'm like, okay. And that's why I say you have to know people. You have to make friends. It's not every job you go and be ready for interview. Or you go and be like, or you go and be killing yourself. Some jobs, they just say that, oh, I have a friend, oh, she's a very nice engineer. Do you want to hire her? They just hire you. So I did interview though, but because of course there was a little soft landing for me. I just read a little about what I think they would need, and I got the job. I started working. Then when you get into Canada first, go and do your what is it called? What do we call this thing now? First aid, very important. Because if you don't even have any certification at all, they need that first aid. So if I'm going to employ you as internationally educated nurse who is not schooling in Canada, who has not schooled in Canada, do you have first aid? If you have that, then I can employ you. So that was the first thing I did the first 3 days. My husband made sure it went to register for me. My husband is a very amazing person. So registered for me, drove me there for 3 days, took off from work because I don't know the city around and all that. It doesn't want me to get missing, and I'm crying that who brought me to this Canada, although I still cried. So I'll tell you the story of why I cried. When the snow came, I said, I'm going to Nigeria. This snow is so much. That day, I was going for my classes because they will organize classes for you when you say you want to work with them. They'll teach you class on medication, administration, fire hazard, abuse, because the abuse is important here. So they teach about abuse, neglect, they teach about so many things, and you do a lot of modules and you must finish them. So within 2 weeks of starting as PSW or HCA, you are doing modules. You are going to pay you though. They're going to pay you for all those hours. Like when I go to class for 8 hours, I sign in and they pay me for it. Even though I'm receiving lecture, they pay me for the hours. It also depends on the company, but my company, Excel Society, they paid me. So I just sign in, I log in, like, okay, I was in class from 12 to 8, I was in class from 11 to 7, and they pay me for it. Sometimes my manager will call me, like, Ellen, I need to have a phone conversation with you for 3 hours. She pays me for that conversation. Like, she calls me, like, we talk about how my day was, what am I learning, do I have any suggestion for her? And she pays me for that. She still pays me for that. So
Is the first aid, is it equivalent to BLS and ACLS? Is it?
no, it's not equivalent to BLS and ACLS. It's just the first aid. But you are going to have CPR there. If you want the ACLS and BLS, then you go for an iron one. I just have the
For people who has it already back in Nigeria, does that work?
If
Unmute your mic, unmute.
if you have it back in Nigeria, it doesn't work for them. They want you to go to their accredited society here, or I did with St. John's or something. That St. John ambulance is, I think, the most common here, or anywhere else. They usually come to your location to have it with you, organize classes for you, give you food for the classes and all that. So then you should also get there's something we call child. I can't remember. I'll try. It's something about child. It's very simple. They won't ask you anything. So something about child. So it enables you to work in places where they have children. I'll try and get it. I have the license upstairs. I can't remember the full name now, but something about child. You should try and get that one. So you're not going to answer any question, no exam. Just go there, register. I think pay $50, and they will check you. They will ask you some question and give you the license. So it affords you to be able to work with. However, you want to talk? So I want to go to school, or you are looking for schools that offer ATA, because some of them will still say they want you to go to school, but you would always find jobs that would say you can convert your RN or BNS from Nigeria to ATA or PSW. Just that they might pay you less, and the lesser is like a $1 $2 from those that went to school. I think then I was earning $16 per hour, and the person that went to school was earning 18. So it's not bad because I just converted whatever I brought from Nigeria to start working with them.
So hold on. So are you saying RN in Nigeria is equivalent to PSW HC? Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
AJ, leave me alone. I didn't do the conversion, right? But I feel that's the right way, because for PSW you get $16. In fact, when I do night, I get $2 differentials, so I get $18 on night duties and weekends. So people try to also for weekend shifts because you get $18 per hour for weekend shift, and my night duty was quite chill. But
Okay.
I was then.
Okay. Let's talk about. You need to mute your mic. Let's talk about. You okay. Let's go to the nursing part now. We've talked about living in Canada. We've talked about your coming into Canada and how. Let's talk about migrating to Canada. Yeah, migrating to Canada from Nigeria. Your own is different because you were here. What is the process like if you're coming from Nigeria? For those who are not privileged to meet husband during a 50K challenge. Yeah, and for those of us coming from UK, what do we need to do? Because I know you said it the other day that, oh, you got information about that, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about it. How far you know.
So coming to Canada from Nigeria, for nurses or other health professionals, I would like to just state that everything about Canada is patience, a lot of patience, because I don't know what is making Canada proud, but they're really so proud because it's not like we have nurses. We don't have nurses. We are short staff. We are short everywhere. And then you see, make this migration, settling down, licensing really kind of tedious. They're just trying to loosen their balls now. It was really tough before, but they're coming around. And in fact, I have a meeting. I think I have a meeting on the 30th with NAS. NAS, I made a video on NAS. I don't know if anybody saw. That's the assessment body for nursing. I have a meeting with them on the 30th of this month. So we just want to talk to them like, as internationally educated nurses, we need you to do better for us. We are really suffering and all that. So I'm part of people that are going to attend that meeting. Yes, so there are various ways that you can migrate to Canada, but like I said, it requires you to be patient. It requires you to be patient because the one I did, I came in through my PR. You can get your PR, which is permanent residence, which affords you the luxury to do anything here when you do your express entry. But express entry currently now is closed. Not closed, but temporarily on hold. Yes, so express entry is currently on hold. All before now you have to do is go to the CIC website. CIC website is the website for Canada that just if you cite CIC.ca, you see all their breakdowns. That's the website in Canada that deals with immigration. Go to the CIC website, log into the express entry pool. But if you are above 35, don't bother about express entry because they use your age, qualification. Do you have masters? Do you have BS? Do you have PhD to give you points? So when they give you all those points, then are you bilingual? Do you speak French, English? Do you speak multiple language? Do you have children? Do you have somebody in Canada here? Like my brother now, he has an advantage because he has me here. So they know that, okay, one of our citizens is here or a PR holder, so we can hold that accountable for him. So he has an advantage already if he's going to enter into the pool. So there's something we call pool. You enter into that pool based on the points you're going to get from your age, your qualification. Do you have somebody here? Do you have sponsor support? A lot of things. You have proof of fund and everything. So when you start getting that score, so depending on the score, they'll be checking the score. Those that have the high rank top, they'll be invited to start their process. But it's always a long wait. Express entry is a long wait. Now, if you want to go through the very faster route, the fastest route I tell people is schooling. Just get all these schools like Newfoundland. They have very cheap university. That's where my husband started too. Apply for masters. Come to Canada to do your master. Any course at all, just come and do that. You know that will benefit you because not every course that, of course, benefit everybody. Do a course that you know that will benefit you. Start with your masters. Be ready to also and pay for your school fees because you know when people give you proof of fund is easy to get. You cannot like my cousin was going to ask me to lend him some money recently. I'm like, okay, we'll work it out because I don't have that much, but we'll work it out. So I'm going to borrow him that money, put it there. Canada government will see it that he has the money. When he's done with the check, he send it back to me. It's very simple. Proof of fund is easy, but when you get, you have to be ready to us. My husband was doing a security job. He was also a driver and all that small jobs when he was in school to pay for his master's, master's program and all that. So you skip the dishes. A lot of things you can do. You can deliver food to people, get paid for it. You can do a lot of things. It will be tiring, but it will be worth it at the end of the day. So that's the fastest because they will most likely give you that visa to come and study in their country. So when you get here, you will now be able to do your work permit and all that. It's always, they don't deny students. I've never seen a student that say, okay, I came to Canada and I'm going back to Nigeria. No, they usually work their way around it that government will give you your stay after your school, you get your PR and everything. That's what my husband did. That's what his brother did. That's what a lot of people in my church, they use that route. So schooling is like the easiest for you to come to Canada. Just look for a school for masters. There are scholarships. You can follow Olufemiloye on Instagram. He posts about scholarships. I call him Olu of Canada. He does a lot about Canada. So just follow him on Instagram. Look for Olufemiloye on Instagram. Also follow him. And I'm inviting him to my channel first weekend in April. So you should watch out for that. So Olufemiloye is going to be telling us everything about immigration. Even the one I don't know, he will tell us everything because I know more of the nursing part than immigration. But I'm inviting Olufemiloye first weekend of April to come talk to us on my channel about immigration. He already gave me his calendar and we're working that out already. So that's that one. He said, then marriage too is another way. Let's say you find one Bobona that likes you and is in Canada and you like him too, not like you don't like him, and then you say, let me just use him to enter Canada. When I get there, I will divorce him.
I want to use him to enter Canada. I'm not saying though. I want to use him to enter Canada. Okay, if you see one Bobo, I'm available to enter Canada.
let me use it to enter Canada. When I get there, I'll divorce you. Please don't do that. I don't know. Don't do that. And then I have a giveaway coming up on my channel that we're going to be talking about this because a lot of time we feel that when you bring people from Nigeria to marry people here, they divorce them, and it's true, it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. In fact, it happened to one of my friends recently, and that one really broke me. Like, it's a very close family member. The guy was even in the UK. The guy even called police for him, arrested him. The guy that I brought from Nigeria. I'm serious. It was a tough one. It was a tough one for him. They've been dating for over 10 years, and she was planning another wedding right under his nose in the UK. So, so it happens. So I'm trying to really shed light on it, that there are marriages that stand in the test of time. My in-law have been married for 10 years now, and they brought each other from Nigeria like this. So if you have people who are living here like that have that kind of story, I want them to share that story with us, and there's $500 up for grab for that. So
You shouldn't have announced this like this. You should have let us talk in the corner. Let's talk. I'll be the first person to join your session. $500. Can you guys here give away on a channel $500? Hey,
so
you're a rich woman, oh. Please, I need to come to Canada. I'm done with UK.
About the $500, it wasn't my money all along. When you have friends and family that are willing to support you, so I just told them about it. They're like, "Oh, if you're that's nice." Before somebody said $50, they'll say, "Don't worry, I'll give you $100." I said, "Don't worry." That's how $500 was. The goal was just completed. So my friends and family were willing to like, "Don't worry, when it's time, just send me your interact. I'll send the money." So that was it. So we're just trying to encourage that Black people can actually get married here and have children and live quality life. So I want people to share that story to encourage one another, and that's why I'm doing that. And it was because of the Ukraine, whatever, that I didn't make me really. I didn't want to sound insensitive to the world, Yeah. So you can marriage, spousal visits. You can also do visits. Before now, we had something that when you come to visit, you can immediately get what we call MIL. I've forgotten the full meaning. When you get that, you'll be able to work here.
Yeah. MIL.
Yes,
Mother-in-law.
Please, everything, leave me alone. But I can't remember the full meaning now. But I think they stopped that already. So you'll be able to, I'm not sure. We can check again though. I will check for the link. I think I have it somewhere. So you can use that when you come to visit. So within that 6 months, you get an employer that is willing to give you some letters. Once you give that letter and good standing and all that, you start living in Canada that way. There's no other fashion about it. So you can also do that visitation, marriage, spousal visit, schooling, which is like my shortest route, then that express entry. Then we also have provincial nomination. Now, provincial nomination is kind of part of express entry. But because express entry is on hold, provincial nomination too is kind of on hold. Although there are immigration consultants here, I know 2 of them that says they are still doing it. Because they are consultants, they have their way around. They went to school here, the immigration consultant. I think I will still do that later. So that all this free information I'm giving out, people can say, I want to book a session with Nosofela, and so maybe that will be in future. So you can also contact immigration consultants, and they will put you through on how to go about that provincial nomination.
Can you see the comment section?
No.
You can't really.
I can't comment.
You're in the studio. You can.
Let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Someone said if I get my LPN, if I get my LPN from Nova Scotia, can I transfer? Where are these places? This is the name of the place. Nova Scotia. Can I transfer to Saskatchewan? I don't know. Yeah. Unmute your mic.
So if you get your license in Nova Scotia, you can transfer to Saskatchewan. It's very possible. Now, another thing you have to understand about Canada, I said the other time that Canada is a countryside country. So right now, I'm LPN in Alberta. If I get to Nova Scotia today, I'm not going to start practicing as LPN immediately. They won't allow me. But they'll give me what they call a courtesy license. Now, my courtesy license covers me for, I think, 90 days, 3 months. Within that period, they expect that I now go to Nova Scotia regulatory body for LPNs and submit what I have. So Nova Scotia will check what I have and say, these are the lapses you have. These are what you're going to do. They can maybe give you some modules to do, not a lot, maybe modules, or maybe tell you that, okay, you are restricted to this activity. Like in Nigeria, in Alberta now, there are some activities I can do as LPN. But if I go to Nova Scotia, I can't do that activity. I can't do there. They won't allow me to do because they are not covered to do it there. So Canada is different and very ticklish. If you don't know your way around their license is very common. So you have to be really be very careful if you want to practice as a nurse in Canada, because what you are doing in one province is different from another province. So when you are moved to another province, make sure you go through their directory, check what you are covered to do, check what you are licensed to do, and also register with that body. So that's the only thing you need to do. You can transfer, but you need to register with that body. Like right now, I spoke about provinces that will allow you to challenge NCLEX. If I go to that province, which is New Brunswick, to challenge my NCLEX, Alberta will tell me to write IELTS first. If I've never written it before I can start working here, I must work 6 months there, 1,125 hours before Alberta can allow me to practice here. It's part of the rules. You can't just say, okay, because I have a license in MB, I'm in RN all over Canada. No, you are only RN in that New Brunswick. You are not RN in Alberta. You are not RN Nova Scotia. You're not RN in British Columbia. So you have your RN only in that province. So you're RN Canada still, but you're RN only in that province. So if you want to go to another province, you have to find out what their pattern is. What do I need to do? You register under their body, give them a call, send them a mail. I'm registered with so and so body. Now I want to come to your province. What do I need to do? They'll tell you what you need to do. Sometimes they waive. Like I've been working as LPN now, close to 1 year. So what they do now for someone like me, they waive. I've done IELTS before, though. They waive it for me. Like, okay, you have been speaking to patient in English, so why do you want us to go and do English? So they waive it for me. But someone has not written IELTS, didn't practice as LPN, you are going to write IELTS before you now start practicing in Alberta, because they won't allow you to do it. Or they give you a provisional license in Alberta where you have to be under supervision for 3 months. In fact, you have to call Canada. Canada must know about your employer. Canada must give your employer go ahead to employ you before you can practice in Alberta. In your life somewhere else.
So now we've talked about schooling, we've talked about marriage, we've talked about spousal visits, we've talked about provincial nomination, express entry, and all of that bit. Now, for we that have refused that, I know we want to come in as nurses, say, from outside Nigeria, or from outside the UK, or from outside US. How do we go about the validation and the verification and all of that? Like UK now, to come into the UK, you have to do verification with Nursing and Midwifery Council UK. Yeah, do you have something like that for Canada? And how do you go about it? And have you seen anyone recently? Because you said things are getting better now for you for the nursing pathway. So have you seen anyone recently done it that we can actually approach and speak to, in case we need some more further clarification?
Okay, so it's similar to what I did, and I'm going to just put you through quickly. Now, for people coming from UK, I'll start from UK. They have a greater advantage in the sense that they're already in the UK. So what you just need to do is, NAS is the first thing you need to do. Register with NAS. NAS is National Nursing Assessment Body. Register with NAS. You're going to pay 650 USD. I don't know how much it will be in pounds, but in Canadian dollar is about 1,000 CAD. You're going to pay that. They are going to send you some forms.
National Nursing Assessment.
Yeah, I can't get I can't remember the S, so I just put body as just, but that's NNAS is the short form. If you just have NNAS.ca, you see them on Google. So NNAS is a short form. You'll see them on Google. So you're going to start your assessment with them. They are the ones that will assess you. You're going to send your credentials, send a lot of things to them. They would put you on waiting for review. Later it will be reviewed. They send you a report. So that report is what your province will have, because at the point that you're entering, they'll ask you, what province do you want to go to? Are you going to Alberta? So now that we have New Brunswick and Nova Scotia and one of that province, you can watch the video on my channel. They are opening up to nurses that you can write NCLEX straight. If you know you're coming from UK, don't come to Alberta, because Alberta is not giving you time to write NCLEX straight. You're going to start at HCA.
So mention the provinces that are giving us straight up.
Yeah, New Brunswick, that's MB. If you New Brunswick is also MB. If you type MB on Google, you see New Brunswick. But you won't see this information on Google, actually. So New Brunswick, Nova Scotia is also giving. Then Ontario is starting to join them. But what Ontario does is that Ontario will not tell you to go and write NCLEX. But Ontario will take your NCLEX result. So let's say I write my NCLEX in New Brunswick. And because New Brunswick is bush, kind of. Not really bush, I just mean because it's a small town. I want to go to a big city. Then I port that same result to Ontario. I'll ask Pearson, they call him Pearson, to send that NCLEX result to Ontario. Once it's sent to Ontario, I'll be licensed in Ontario. I'll pay their licensure fee and I'll be able to work in Ontario. But I need to fulfill 1125 hours with Ontario because they don't want you to run to them, collect license, now run to another province again. So they will tell you that you must do 6 months with them. So you do the 6 months with them before you can move to any other province. Let's say you got married or you just bought a house and you're like, okay, let me try. Because someone like me, I hate to live in a place for a year, 2 years. It just because of my husband that I'm trying, like, okay, let me try and manage it. I love to explore. I love to be everywhere. So that's how it works. So for those provinces, what you need to do is that when you start that NAS, make sure that NAS knows that you are going to MB, that's New Brunswick, or you are going to Nova Scotia, or you are going to Ontario. So you indicate it there. And you can also have 2 provinces at the same time, in the sense that once your report comes out, I can decide to say, okay, I don't want to put all my egg in one basket. You can put that same report because that's one single report that you get from NAS within 1 year. Because once it's 1 year, you can't put that report again. So if you want to make a decision of I want to spread my eggs or my tentacles, you have to make that decision right away, like under 6 months. Post that same report to another province. You pay $45. They will put it there for you. They will tell the province that, okay, we have a new applicant that wants to come to you. So it means that I now have my reports with Alberta. I also have it with Nova Scotia. So that means 1 or 2 ways, I'll get one of it. Do you get my point? So I usually advise nurses, make sure that you spread your tentacles, spread your eggs, spread it wide, spread your wings. So don't just stay, because I never knew all this information. Trust me, if I knew it before now, that I've become RN, not even LPN for now, you get. But it doesn't matter. I still tell people when I started getting the information. So spread it. Make sure you can do 2 nursing bodies at the same time. For me, I did RN and LPN, and that's why I'm able to work as LPN today. Imagine if I didn't do RN and LPN and RN has not clicked, I'm going to still be working as ATO or PSW. That's the truth. So what you want to do is that, because, okay, let's say, for example, you are not privileged to go to New Brunswick. Everybody will not be privileged to go to New Brunswick. What if you check and you feel like, oh, environmentally, my sanity is not going to work for me. Let me just go to Alberta where I can meet people, Or you find a man that lives in Alberta. You're not telling that, oh, I want to drag you to New Brunswick. No, so fella say it's only New Brunswick. No, so fella say we must go to New. I don't say you that one, no. Marry your husband, no. Or let's say the man has a house in Alberta. You have to say, no, babe, we have to go to New. What do you mean? You have to support my dream. You don't want to support my dream. Don't go and drag the man, no. You can still stay in Alberta. What you need to do now is that if you are in places where they won't give you a chance to write and clear straight, make sure you are assessing for 2, RN and LPN, so that if RN does not work on time, you work as LPN. LPN and nurse. LPN and nurse, RN and nurse. The only thing is that we do almost the same thing, but RN takes care of the acute ones. Like if I have a patient that is on CPAP, I have a patient that needs 24 hours monitoring, I have a patient that has like a chest tube insertion, RN takes care of them. But I take care of the ones that I can really predict their prognosis as LPN. I can really say, oh, this guy should live like 6 more months. He has 1 year more to live. I'm just saying, I'm not God. But like people you can predict that, oh, they are predictable. Someone that you know that, okay, in the afternoon, I will tell you that I want to go to the train station. And there's no train station. People like that, you can predict what they can do. You nurse them. People that maybe change colostomy bag, like that, that have tracheostomy, you can still manage those ones. But the very acute ones that they need ICU care, RN. So nurse na nurse. And in this place there is no discrimination like in Nigeria. They say, because you are not BNS, don't come to my table. In this, nobody discriminates. I meet nurse practitioner, we talk, we rap, and that nurse practitioner is higher than me. I'm just LPN, and we still talk. They, I like their vibe. I'm like, don't worry, I'll become your MP one day. Yeah, so we all work together as a team. And in most places in Canada, LPNs dominate more. And the reason why I say that is because we have a lot of care homes. We have a lot of old people's home. I'm just trying to use the language you understand. We don't call them like that here. We try to call them very tush names in this place. But we have a lot of them. We call them resident homes sometimes in this place. We call them a lot of fine names, right? So LPNs are the managers there. And they're LPNs, they're not RNs. Most care home, if you are going to find RN as manager, it's very rare. Maybe the RN just felt, oh, maybe I'm retiring, I need something, support and all that. But most of them are LPN managers. And they're LPNs, they are managers, they are care directors, and they earn more because I was even telling my husband that, oh, because I like to be versatile. I'm like, okay, I can take one of their courses. Yeah, just take courses, go to school, and you can become a LPN manager. So LPN still makes money. It's not like because I'm LPN now, no. Just make sure that whatever province you are going to, make sure you fill in for RN, LPN, and put into two provinces at the same time. But your first entry, you can only put into one province. So later, NAS will give you the opportunity to do a free transfer if you want to do a free transfer, a free change. But let's just say you couldn't do the free change, then you're going to pay. I think because I did my own late, I paid $220 to start my LPN process. It's not a lot of money that you can't afford. Most likely, you just try and squeeze in, maybe do extra shit, afford the money, pay, and wait for your. So I would just say that if you are able to put in your LPN, then most likely you start working as LPN, at least within max of maybe 6 months to 1 year. Let's just say you're in countries that you cannot, challenge NCLEX to, then you can start working as LPN. That's what I'm doing, and I don't regret.
All right. So within NAS assessment, how long does it take?
I'm okay. So assessment. Usually on their website, they'll tell you 3 months, and that's part of the reason, that's part of the agenda we want to talk about when we have the meeting on the 30th. They tell you 3 months to like 1 year or infinity. I don't want to say infinity, but it takes time. And that's one of the problems we have with NAS in Canada. It takes too much time. Some people, mine was 10 months before and if you don't get your advisory report, you are moving nowhere. Because the people that are going to maybe tell you to challenge NCLEX or even tell you to, do exams, will need to see that report. What is NAS saying us about you? Is it comparable to Standard of Canada nursing? And for LPNs too, you're going to do exam, you're going to do modules. I had a lot of, in fact, my head was going to like, is it just for this LPN? They will first give you one long book that is so boring to feel. Oh my God. I have the information on my channel. When you watch it, you get all those information. So it's not like LPN comes cheap. It doesn't come cheap. So it's within 3 months to 8 months. Some people say 1 year, some people say 2 years. It depends. And you also have to pray because everything is God. Like, God, I just want my process to be fast or something. And another thing you can do, which I would have done if I knew it was going to take this long, was that when you get into Canada, you can do the after degree program. I have the information on my channel too. After degree program means that, let's say I'm coming to Canada today now. All I need to do is to go to a school and tell them that I register with them. I have a BSc from Nigeria. Anybody that has BSc can do it. If you like, I have BSc in fishery, and I have BSc in fish farming, or I have BSc in bush rats, or I have BSc in camellia. Any BSc you have, you can do after degree nursing program and become a nurse under 2 years. So imagine all those 2 years that I would have become RN by now if I started that. But it's going to cost you money. So with your BSc, you can present that to them, and you are going to do prerequisite course for 9 months to 1 year. You're going to do anatomy. I hear it's very tedious, statistics and all that, but trust me, we are Nigerians, and I feel we can cope with anything. Not like we should not suffer, but it's this book, and there's no plagiarism here and all that, but really you can cope, and there are people that are willing to give you the support that have gone through that process. So you do that now, that will show that you're qualified. So when you qualify with those courses, you will now start the 2 years program. After 2 years, you get a RN. And I feel they recognize them more because they trained here and all that. They give them job faster than me, go, because I didn't train here. I only challenge exam. So they'll be like, oh, this person went to our school, now let's take her first. You get. So you can do that. But if you come in with a PR, that will be at an advantage, because you easily get loans from government. Get the government loan, and they'll give you grants. My friend was going to tell me that if you'll have done this thing, because government will give you free grants for that 2 years, and that grant, you are not going to pay back that money. Nobody will ask you for that money. They give you that money because they feel, oh, this person is a student, so how will she cope in school? It might not be too much money, maybe $1,000, $2,000, but they give you something every month for you to, like, okay, change your clothes. Okay, I want to make my hair. Okay, I want to buy some things. They give you that grant is free money, but you are still going to be owing government what we call government student loan, because all your school fees they will pay. So when you now start working, you will be paying government back small. You can tell that, okay, I saw $100, I can afford every month they'll collect it, but make sure you are paying, because you can't even run. They have your credit card details. You want to run where? Before, as they pay you money, government will remove their money, just like my mortgage. As they pay us, they take it. They don't take permission. They don't ask for permission. They don't ask for anything. They just take your mortgage. Lights too. They take it. They brought one stupid dustbin for me now. I said, do I tell you that I need dustbin? You must pay. They told us that, okay, your fishes and your vegetable, put them in this dustbin. It's on my kitchen table. your garbages, your paper in this dustbin. So I have 3 dustbins that I'm paying for. Why am I paying for 3 dustbins? But I'm paying for the dustbin because you must pay. If you like, don't use that. Say I'm angry with Canada. I'm not going to use that dustbin. They'll collect their money from you every month. They'll take.
If you look at your screen, you see, is Enclaves Canada same as the one in US? I've asked that question before.
Okay, let me. Okay, I will try and read the chat and answer some questions, but let me just quickly go back. Okay, yeah. So for Enclaves Canada and Enclaves, I've never written Enclaves US, so I cannot tell you that for sure when it comes to question. But recently, I had a chat with Kana, and Kana is the body that oversees registered nursing in Alberta, where I am. Let's say you're going to Ontario, they have another name in Ontario. If you're going to Nova Scotia, they have another name, but all of them have what guides them. So I called Kana, and Kana told me that okay, if I do my NCLEX from US, they'll take it from me. But they probably most likely put me under that 3 months probation I told you about, know my employer and everything. But 3 months will be over, right? So if you have NCLEX in US and you want to come to Canada, as an advantage, and please just go to Ontario. If you know you're coming from US and you have NCLEX in US, don't go to any other province than Ontario. Ontario will take you with open arms and hug you.
What if you are planning to write Enclaves US, but you don't want to go US? It's Canada you want to come, so that you can come and eat vegetable, your egusi.
All you have to do is that after writing that NCLEX, you apply to CNO. The body for Ontario is called CNO. I might not know their full meaning but I know their short forms. So it's CNO. If you type CNO on Google, you see it. CNO, that's the body for nurses. So you apply to CNO, but you still have to do NAS. Everybody must do that NAS. So if you're coming from US, go or anywhere, I tell nurses on my Instagram page, if you like, you're coming from under the hole in Nigeria, you will do NAS. Because NAS is that body that will now present you. NAS is like our mothers. Just like I had Zion. God made me have Zion. So I'm NAS to Zion. I was what I present Zion to the world. Like, okay, see my baby. So that is NAS. That's how NAS is what I'll present it to anybody. They present to Ontario, to anywhere you're going to. NAS will present, like, okay, we have another candidate for you. She has written NCLEX. What are your processes for? Then you now continue from there. Because once NAS gives you the report, immediately you click on that report, you will see someone that will tell you that apply to this nursing body. So you click and you apply to them as well. Then they tell you that, okay, we have received your report. This is the next thing. C'est fini. So if you're coming from US, just go to Ontario. If you come to Alberta, they might not still allow you because Alberta, they have Shoko in the brain. They are so proud. They are the proudest province in Canada. Very proud. Everybody is running.
I have a question for Alberta. Is God living there? Because why are they like this? Because why? I don't understand. Do you have gold there?
I don't know too. But I don't know why Alberta is so proud. Every time I'm just like, why Alberta? He asks any nurse that live in Canada. Once she just mentioned, I don't want you. They can just get out. Because Alberta is so proud. Everything about them is like this. They like in toto, of it toto, like yes. And we don't have nurses, right? But I don't know why Alberta is just. It's just so hard. So, but we're praying that they also come around because other provinces are coming out. So what I see, when they see the other provinces are taking their nurses, they will sit up because people are running to New Brunswick and running to Ontario and living in Alberta. Even me, I want to run. But because I have a family, if I'm just single, my sister love call Alberta than nonsense Alberta. Because I have bag and baggages, my family, my son, Zion is in school here. Do I have to now put him under school there? Do you get so? It's a lot of planning if you are married and if you have children. Another thing I was going to talk about is, if you know you're not yet married as a nurse, please discuss with your spouse and you're coming to Canada that it has to be open to changes. It has to be open to a lot of things. It has to be open to support. Like sometimes if I have to do some shifts, my husband has to do to stay with Zion. And he has done nights. He still has to stay with Zion. I have to go for my shift. If I have some classes sometimes, my husband is one to stay with Zion. Give him food. Give him this so that I can attend my classes. So your husband has to be open and in this place there's no help. So in fact, if you are marrying a man that believes that, oh, I'm a Nigerian man, I cannot do anything, I have to cross my leg. It will not work here. They don't even do it here. I think men are more responsible in their abroad. Because if you want to hire people to do it for you, they take money from you. All those nannies, they can tell you that their charge is $25 per hour to sit with your child. Like if I say, okay, I want a nanny to sit with my child, they tell you their money because my cleaner charges, I think she charges $20 per hour to clean my house. If the days I don't want to clean, like call her. And sometimes she spend like 10 hours and I'm not going to pay her for cleaning alone. I'm going to pay lights because she turned on all my lights. turn on my water. So I'm going to pay more water money that month that she cleans. Because she use your water, she use your lights. And she tell you that she can't stay in the place is hot. You turn on the fan, turn on your AC, turn on everything. So you're going to pay for that. And I'm still going to pay her for her labor. So it's a lot tasking. You have
your
partner.
So if one has Enclass USA, because I think that our time is already going on, so I'm just using that to just ask questions as we are having the discussion. If one has Enclass USA, will they still ask for IELTS to move to Canada?
Sorry, I don't know what I clicked on.
You want my enemies to get me?
No. Sorry. So about that NCLEX, about that NCLEX and IELTS, I cannot fully answer. I can answer, but I'm going to tell you that I don't want to give you a definite answer because it depends on the province you're going to. So take for instance, Alberta usually requires English. Of English, when they like English, they can tell you to do English. But Ontario might not care about English. They might tell you not to write English. So it depends on your province. What you have to do is that when you started your NAS, immediately get your advisory report, give them a call. Whatever province you're going to, give them a call. Okay, do you need me to do English? Do you need me not to do? And let them know you're practicing as a nurse for how many years, so they can say, okay, since you're practicing in English language, we want to waive it for you. So it differs from province to province. I also wrote IELTS, and like even for LPN, they require me to write IELTS. I did IELTS.
Hold on.
When I came to Canada.
Can you guys hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, good. Let's.
Is it okay?
No, so fella, can you speak now?
Okay. Yeah, so it depends on the province you are moving to. Your province will determine a lot of things. That's why when I heard about the news of New Brunswick and Ontario and Nova Scotia allowing people to challenge NCLEX, I had to quickly put it out there so that when you're feeling your NAS, you're not going to write Alberta and be waiting. Alberta is very strong head, except you don't mind practicing as LPN, which for me, I don't mind. I feel that's why when people like if you're RN, I'm like, I'll get my RN, but I have a family and all that, and Alberta is not giving me time to do that, so I have to really put them into consideration. So when you marry and have children, you're not alone again. So a lot of things come in and creep into your time. Like for instance, if my son was at home now, I'm not able to do this live because he'd be making noise. But because I sent him to school, so a lot of things creep in. So I think that's just it. It depends on your province. But if you have NCLEX US, go to Ontario. Ontario will welcome you with open arms.
Yeah. Okay. So once we have our NNS and NAS assessment, once that is out, then you said we should register with Ontario.
Yeah.
You know you're in US.
And then from there, the next thing is to get in touch with the Ontario, the ones that we're going to, and know what we need to do next. Right? Good. So, do you have an idea of how long this whole process can take once you get in touch with Ontario or whichever province aside Alberta?
The only thing that will take you a lot of time is NAS. NAS is the only one that will give you a lot of time because right now they need nurses. So even New Brunswick, before people started knowing about New Brunswick, earlier said under 2 weeks they written NCLEX. If you are ready, they'll give you 6 months to challenge NCLEX twice within that 6 months. But Nova Scotia will give you time to challenge NCLEX once within 6 months. But New Brunswick will give you twice challenge NCLEX within 6 months. But for Nova Scotia, they give you what we call a practicing permit before you challenge NCLEX. So you can even work and make money before you start your NCLEX for Nova Scotia. So That is it. It differs. But right now, NAS is the one that will keep you waiting. So after your NAS, within 3 months, you should start working, get a job and all that, because they don't keep you again.
Okay.
Need nurse.
So let's say you don't have you need to write NCLEX, and you've been given the go ahead to take your NCLEX by either NAS or the province. Yeah. Do you have to come to Canada to do that, or there are locations within Nigeria or UK or outside of Canada that you can take the NCLEX from?
So there are locations outside of Canada you can take your NCLEX from. You don't have to, but if you're in Canada, of course, they give you location in Canada. But if you're outside Canada, there are locations outside Canada. So you be the one to check the locations they have, and according to your preference, choose if you're outside Canada. But if you're in Canada, then there are locations in Canada where you do your NCLEX. Yeah.
All right. So my other question is, someone said the BSc nursing does it give you an upper hand than diploma in nursing? Like, do you have to do your degree in Canada to come as a nurse? So does it have any is it different?
No, let me get the question. Is the person saying if they have RN from Nigeria, does it make a difference if you have RN alone, or if they have RN plus BSc from Nigeria? Is that the question? Is that the question?
I think they are individual questions. So it is if you have a BSc, do you have an higher advantage than someone that has a diploma in applying for the Canada pathway
from Nigeria? Okay, yes. So if you are going to use express entry, like I said, express entry grades you based on what you have qualification, and as we all know, someone with a BSc has higher points than someone with RN. So if you're going to use express entry, someone that has BSc, someone that has RN, the BSc holder has more points already because they have higher qualification than you with RN. But if you're coming to Canada before now, but if you're using other routes like marriage, school, sponsor busy, before now, if you have just RN, they most likely won't even allow you to practice as LPN. But right now, in fact, they still did it to somebody in my group. He told us straight point blank that after our nurse assessment that they can't allow us to even practice as LPN, that she's not even eligible at all to practice as LPN because she has just RN. So what she did was that she wrote them a challenge email, like they should just. So you have to also be ready to stand firm. Not when they tell you that you can't do it, just go and sit down. You have to be ready to fight them too. You fight them, you fight them stylishly. Send them mails like, okay, I can challenge this thing or blah 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 like that. So they said, okay, that they'll give her opportunity to challenge. Since she said she can challenge the exam, and you do all her modules, and they give her conditions and all that. So she's ready to meet the condition, and she should soon start practicing as LPA when she passes her exam. So before now, I usually tell people if you have just RN, don't bother. But if you have RN now, bother. Do your nurse assessment, and then when you get the report, if they tell you, because they still give some people applicable, and it depends on when you work too. So as RN in Nigeria and you intend to come to Canada, please be intentional about where you work. Be intentional about it. Don't go and work in someone that is not complex, that is not challenging, because when you work also matters in your assessment. They will check all those things. Don't go and work where you sit down. Say, oh, I'm enjoying it for clinic. We just give you children injection. No, go to challenging places to work, even if they don't pay you too much. Place where you can see patients with CPAP, patients with chest tube, patients that have very high conditions, where you can exercise your critical thinking skills. You get nurse children in the ICU, nurse adults in the NICU. Yes, then when you bring that kind of thing to nurse, they grade it with what you're bringing, it most likely going to give you a kind of comparable to LPN standard here. But when you work in a place where you just you do something really light, then it doesn't give you a lot of points because they grade all those things. I think my assessment was close to 50%. Some people got 30, some people got 20, because they give you percentage assessment. Mine was close to 50%, and that's a very good score for the Canadian system. So it gives you all those things adds up for you. If you know you're coming to Canada, you have to be intentional from when you even finish RN. If you are not going to go to UK first, because you can go to UK first and from UK port to Canada. But if you know it's Canada straight, let's say you have family members support there, like let me go to Canada, they support me more in Canada. Then you have to be intentional, go to places, work very well. Then try to have just one employer if you can. But if not, if you're someone like me that is very daring, what I did was that I had maybe 3 to 4 employers before I left Nigeria. What I did was I chose the best one. Like, okay, this man's calm. I worked with him longer. So it was one I chose, and it was one that filled all my 5 years period, because NAS needs your 5 years working period. If you don't have 5 years, I'm not saying you can't apply. You can apply, but that's what they need your 5 years working period. So it was the one I gave my form to. He filled everything for me, and he claimed that I worked with him for that 5 years period. So if you have someone that is very understanding like that, don't give it to an employer that I've asked you out before and I said no, wahala. Then you will not fill your form very well. Nurse will not call you and say, no, I don't know, I don't know the nurse. Or nurse will send email, will not reply. Give it to an employer that you're cordial with, because nurse can do anything. They do your grand checkup. You're cordial with this employer, that's it. Because they'll send you forms that you send to your school, that you send to your employer, and all those forms will be filled by them and sent back to nurse by them, not you. Because they don't trust Nigerians not to falsify anything. So you have to be intentional about where you put there, where you work, and spread everything out. Don't leave anything. Tell your employer to spell everything out. Then they're going to likely ask you for your job description. Get that ready. Job description, get it handy. Like, they might not ask you now, because they asked me maybe after 10 months of my application. I'm like, I have to contact my employer again. So get it handy. So that just tell them to just draft it yourself. Just tell your employer to put it on a letterhead of the organization. Draft it, as in write everything you do, be expressive about it. So doing your NAS properly gives you a better edge in the Canadian nursing system. So make sure you do your NAS properly. When you start, you can contact me. I don't mind, ask me questions, because if you make mistake with your NAS, it can jeopardize you not to be able to practice at all in Canada, because they'll tell you you're not even eligible, because they've assessed that you're not even eligible truly. So you have to take NAS is very important. You have to be expressive. And your curriculum, you have to send your curriculum. You know all those things they tell us, we taught you this thing, but it's not your curriculum. Tell your nursing supervisor, please, all those things you taught us is not in that curriculum. Maybe you can type it in the paper and staple it to the curriculum. They don't mind, they will read it. So far it's coming from
Is that the same thing as your transcript?
No. The curriculum is not from your transcript with all my grades that I got from nursing school, which you're going to send to them too. But your curriculum is what you were taught. Like if I just say that, okay, the curriculum for toddler class now is A to Z on Mondays, then I should be able to tell NASA we taught them A to Z on Mondays and 1 to 3 on Tuesday. So that's the curriculum that will guide us on what we're going to teach. You know, sometimes they teach us a lot of things. Say, it's outside their curriculum. Tell them to add it in that curriculum, because NAS grades everything. I can't hear you.
We're about to round up now. I can see that you're flowing, you're full packed. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the in-depth, because if we start with Canada, we'll not finish.
Thank you, Ria.
Canada is so deep.
Thank you.
So, what's the budget like? How much do you think this whole process can cost you? Like, just a rough estimate. Let's have an idea.
I can't give you budget for your process here, because what I advise nurses to do is have a plan to come here first. Because if you become the RN, and there's another thing now that I just discovered, I don't even have it on my channel yet, is that you can do your LPN exam in Nigeria. I have somebody who did in Nigeria. The only thing was that she didn't pass. She didn't pass. It wasn't because she did in Nigeria. She didn't pass because the LPN also has preparation. The LPN exam is very tricky. I intend I will do a video on the LPN exam, and now you can ace it once. Soon I'll do that. I just really need it to be like a classroom lecture. So I'm trying to get a board and all these things. So you can do your LPN exam. So it means that while you are processing your travel, you can process your LPN route alongside. Submit to NAS, get all your NAS document, and they'll give you date for exam. We are now doing online exams, so you can be in Nigeria, write your exam, and so that when you come here straight to Canada, you're starting as LPN fast. Not like you now come and start at HCA. So do all the process together. I don't have an estimate for your travel cost, but for NAS to starting, you're gonna need $650 for NAS. If you $650 USD. If you are applying late for another province, it's usually free in the first 1 month. But sometimes they have show code. They can tell you to still pay. That one is $220. If you are adding another nursing body, that's $220. So when you're done with that, we are going to write jurisprudence exam for LP. If it's LPN, that's another $50 jurisprudence exam. Then their final exam, and in between you have some modules to do, which does not cost you money. They are the ones that will send you that module, but they'll give you a cutoff point that you must meet. If you like, do one course 10 times, you must meet that cutoff point. Then you now pay $650, or let's say $700 for the main exam that will qualify you to get your LPN license. But after your jurisprudence exam, they'll give you what we call a provisional license. which after that $50 to jurisprudence exam, and jurisprudence exam is open book. Open book exam, you'll be in your house 4 hours, write the exam and pass. When you pass, they give you a provisional license that qualify you to work under 1 year. So they expect that under 1 year, go and work, because they feel you need the exposure to Canadian nursing system, because it's different. Don't use your Nigerian brain to challenge any of the exam, I beg you. Because in Canadian nursing system, the exam can ask you that a child has cough. What are you going to do? You go and quickly use Canadian and just says, give you cough syrup. No, don't give that child cough syrup. We don't give cough syrup until we know that there is a bacteria come. If it's viral, you say the child would. If you let the child be coughing for 1 month, they will not give cough syrup. They only give when something is really up, like they've done a test and it's a harmful bacteria. If it's not, then so in the exam they'll tell you about all those things, but then you use an exam and say, give cough syrup. No. Or you see a question that's talking about old age and they're saying that the old woman that is 90 years needs an infusion. Are you going to establish IV infusion? No, we don't use IV for old people here. We use lysis for them. We put their infusion into the subcute area and not in the intravenous, because they tell you you're going to load the heart too much and you can kill that person. So you put it in subcute. So that question, you're going to fail this. So they want you to walk. So I usually say walk for like 3 to 6 months before you challenge the exam. Then of course, watch my video that I'm going to tell you about how to challenge the exam and all that. So that's it for your pay. Therefore, after paying the $650, $220, usually you pay another $45 to put on that province. When you do that, NCLEX is about $300 or $350. It's not even very expensive. So once you are done with that, that's it.
Okay, you don't pass $1,000.
Yes, now.
More than.
It's more than. Just in my CAD is $1,000. Sorry, NAS alone, NAS in CAD is $1,000, because I think they pay GST and pay one stupid money. They will add it at the bottom. They won't tell you that one. When you get there, I say put your card. You now say that your money is more than. So it's about $1,000 for me to do NAS alone.
Okay, so my question, you said we can apply for NAS assessment and also LPN together. I didn't get that side. How do you apply for NAS and then LPN also?
Sorry, pardon. What I mean is that when you start your NAS assessment, I still intend that I will do a video maybe this week or maybe today if I have time, since I am not back from school. So that I will do like a step-by-step ABC guide where I'm not going to, I might not even say welcome to my channel on that day. I just want people to get what I want to say. So when you start your NAS, in the NAS page, you have the liberty to choose 2 nursing body. And there are 2 nursing body in Canada, which is LPN RN. So you have the liberty to choose to be on to assess for 2 of them at the same time. Assess for your RN, assess for your LPN. The same document will be sent to you. So they are the ones that will send the reports to those 2 different bodies. They are different bodies, right? But they use the same report. Do you get to assess you? So the reason why you want to add LPN is because some province that you move to will not allow you to challenge NCLEX, and you don't want to work as a CA for the rest of your life. I've seen nurses work as a CA for 6 years before they eventually know that, oh, I can do LPN. I did not know. I never knew. That's how bad information was cast for Canada. When I wanted to write my jurisprudence, I went on Google and on YouTube. Nothing. The ones I saw, she was not really, all those Oyinbo will not give you detail like a black person will give you. And they give them some advantage because they are Oyinbos, right? Even in their exam, if you're writing it in an exam now with the proto as a Nigerian person and you are moving too much, they fine you for that. If the movement is too much, they fail you for that. But they might not fail an Oyinbo for that. So when you're doing the 4 hours exam, they want you to stay like wood.
No, see fair.
Yes.
See this question. This person said NAS has a legal agreement with CGFNS. What agreement? Does it mean that one who has been verified by CGFNS may not be needing NAS?
No, it doesn't mean you won't need NAS. Although, yes, I understand what you mean. CGFNS, they kind of have the same pathway. But no, even if you have done CGFNS, Canada does not recognize that. They recognize what NAS is giving them. So you still have to go through NAS. The only advantage is that you probably have done NCLEX US with your CGFNS. So Ontario will welcome you to start working with them immediately. You don't need to do anything again. They might just tell you to do some things, maybe do some modules online or do some classes online that won't really stress you. But you will still do NAS. Anywhere you're coming from in the world, anywhere, you must do this NAS. because that's they also use it to generate money. You see, you have to understand some things about coming to the abroad. There are some things you really don't need. You don't need them, but that's how they make their money. When you say I have 24 hours power supply, they are also generating money somewhere. Like I told you about my dustbin. I don't need those dustbin, but they need it to generate money. So they brought it to my house. I must pay for dustbin. So there are a lot of things government do to generate money here. So that's why they will not really tell you all these things of that your NAS can expire within 1 year, and within 1 year you won't be able to. After 1 year you can't transfer again. You might not see that thing on that because they want to make more money, except to really dig deep. So you know that within 1 year you can transfer to another province without paying. But after 1 year, you're going to pay another 650 USD if you're going to transfer your report. You're going to pay another one to open it up. That's why I say if you want to transfer, do it immediately, like within 3 months or within 1 year. Make your decision. If not, NAS will keep telling you to pay to open that portal. I have a friend that opened a NAS portal up to 5 times. That's paying $60 5 times because it kept expiring and she has not gotten an RN. And you cannot move without NAS. You need NAS. So she kept opening up. So you don't want to do that. You have to keep your NAS. If you have not become RN in Canada, I don't want to know. Make sure that your NAS portal is always open. You can be paying for $5 to just put them in Pro. You might not even need that Pro. Just make sure that NAS portal is open. Because anything can come out at any time. And
so I had to mute your mic. My question, because we have just less than 5 minutes to finish up. Yeah. My final question, yeah, because based on what people are asking, Amaka, someone say I'm in a jiff. I don't know what question that person is saying. Between if you have to watch the session again because we've discussed this already and we're rounding up, please. What's that question? I've forgotten my question. Oh.
yeah, said what's the difference between LPN and HCA? I don't know, is that your question too?
That's not my question, but answer. I don't even want us to answer again because we discussed this at the beginning of
okay. Maybe try and use this one to think about your question. Maybe you get it. So LPN and HCA, of course, LPN of course is higher than HCA. LPN is a nurse. HCA is not a nurse. LPN is regulated. HCA is unlicensed health professional. Don't say they're not licensed, but we just call them unlicensed because they can't do some things that LPN would do. It's just like in Nigeria when you have nursing assistant. Before I left LUT, I had nursing assistant that work with me. So those are like HCA for us here. Those are that can do your bed bath, turn your patient, change their diaper, and all those things. But LPN, I do core nursing jobs. I give medication, I do assessment, which they cannot do. They have to report to me at every shift on what happens to every patient. If they see as single as a scratch and they don't report to me, it's a problem on their part because they can even take their license for that. So they report to the LPN. The LPN are the bosses to the HCA because they are nurses. LPN are not nurses. And of course, they is better.
All right. So my question, I remember my question. My question is now for nurses, yeah, for LPN, what's like your take-home salary, and for nurses, what's like the average take-home salary?
So just like everywhere, we complain about the fact that healthcare workers are underpaid. It's true. It's everywhere. That's the truth. And tax is a lot. Especially in places like so when I tell you to go to Ontario, please know that your tax is going to be quite a lot. But it's going to be worth the sacrifice. You might not be earning so much within your 6 months of trying to get your 1125 hours if you are transferring from New Brunswick to Ontario, or if you are coming from US to Ontario, because tax in Ontario is more than what I pay in Alberta. Ontario is just like that. They take their tax a lot. So it rains everywhere. For LPNs, if you're going to be working with the famous governments, this thing here, we call them what's that their name again? AHS, that's Alberta Health Service. The starting pay is $25 to $26 per hour. But I had an interview with a nurse that works with them, because I don't work with AHS, I work with an agency. I had an interview with her, and she said that when you work, you start usually at some level. So when you work for some months, they promote you to another level, so your money increases. But before you get that increment to what agency will pay you, you'll have worked for maybe 3-4 years or so, or thereabout. But when you do weekend shifts, you get some $2 extra. Night shifts, you get some $2. So your money adds up kind of for those shifts. Now, if you're going to work with agency pay also start from $25, but it depends on the agency you're working with. But agency will not pay any LPN. They'll pay you within the range of $25 to $40. for agency as LPN. So that depends on where you get your job to know where you get to. They are LPN that earn $45 per hour, $40 per hour, and their government LPN that earn 22. There are even places that pay LPN $22 per hour, $21. The first job I got, I think she said they're going to pay me $22, and I was really happy. Like, oh, it's close to my house. Is this, is that? So when she saw that, oh, this girl might leave me alone, no, and I was, because she's going to train me. It was a dermatology clinic, because I told her that I told her a lot of my dreams, and she was like, that she wants someone that will really stay, blah blah blah. Like, you can't for me to stay with this for $22 now. So I knew she was not going to take me on that, but I got a better job very close, maybe like 3 days after. So it depends on the agency you now work. But for government, their own starting pay is $25, maybe to 27. I don't think any government will pay you more than 28 per hour as a start off. A lot of them will pay 28, maybe 25. But agencies will pay you from 25 to 40. If you have to travel, you can have for hours. If you're living or 50 or 60 or 70, it depends. Travel jobs pay a lot.
Okay. Then what about the
Therefore,
nurses?
for RN, the starting pay is from 30, anywhere from $30 if you're working with government. But a lot will pay you 35, 32 to 35, but anywhere from 30. So it also depends on when you get your job. Like me, now I'm very pricey. So if I say that this job, when I see your money, I just move and go and find out that it's going to pay me higher. so but the only thing is that with government jobs, you get some benefit, like all this dental care, RRSP, blah blah blah, massage and all these things. But the only reason why I'm not so bothered, because my husband has a full-time job, so I use his dental care card. I just take it there, and they still charge also, because they will charge you. You are going to pay 20, and the company you are using is going to pay 80%. So still the same thing. It covers me. So right, so I'm like, let me work my agency and get all these. You have to do this job. On this, so it doesn't make sense.
Okay, and the other question I want to ask is, are there agencies that can support you with doing this whole process? Or what do you advise? Do you advise we do it? Do you feel that it's a process that you can do on your own? Because I always advocate people doing things on their own. But it seems this Canada way is doing like this. So are there agencies that actually can make things easier because they will know more? I mean, they will be able to put you through that. Don't do this, don't make this. Are there agencies like that?
Okay, so if you have watched my video, or maybe you have been following me on Instagram, I usually tell people Canada is not UK. UK, how about this luxury agency, blah blah blah. We have agencies too, but not agencies that will tell you that, okay, don't worry, I'll pay for your visa, I'll pay for your this, I will put you through school, I will show you how to do CBT. No, we only have agencies that will employ you. Although I heard there are some, but I've not seen any that will do all those process for you. So Canada is a do-it-yourself process. When you now finish, they will employ you, but that you are expect an agency you be in your bedroom and they say, okay, we have interview for you, set up a camera. No. Oh, don't worry. Although maybe later in life, when I'm fully established, I can start something like that. Or because we now have nurses coming up, because of that virtue of the WhatsApp group I have, we now have nurses trying to team up. Like, for example, now for last week, we said we're going to have a union for internationally educated nurses in Canada. So it will be just Africans. So we are going to be the ones to support you. If NAS is trying to say you cannot start as LPN, we are the ones that will now send our representative to NAS, like, no, allow this person to challenge. So we want to have that kind of union. So it's getting better in Canada, I tell you. But right now, we don't have agencies that will support all those, that will pay your money and say, okay, don't worry, every month I'm collecting this percent. No, you have to do it yourself. Then later, they'll give you job. Or maybe when I have the agency, I will employ people and do all those processes for them, pay your visa and everything. We'll still get there. But for now, we don't have. You have to do a lot of the process. So don't let people, because somebody called me one time and said, one agency say, will you pay for her? She has to pay 1.5 million. They'll just scam you. We don't have in Canada. We have agency that will employ you, and agency pay well. Because agency like RN, agency start pay for RN is $50. And government will pay you $30. 32. Some people pay 28 as RN. But agency will not start you less than, because if I'm going to work at the agency as RA, I'm not going to take less than $50 from you. I can even take 60, 70. In fact, some places pay 95. It depends on where you get your job. Not in Alberta though. The province also pay more than each other. For places like British Columbia and Nova Scotia, they pay more for nurses. Even Ontario still pay more for nurses than what Alberta is paying. So it also depends on it, because Ontario knows that when they pay you more, they collect it in tax. So put that in mind. That when Ontario, they take it in tax.
So, how do we join your WhatsApp group? Because even me, I won't join that WhatsApp group.
So, for the WhatsApp group, we have a rule in place. Now, I think I started that group in November of last year. And currently, we're over 100 in the group. And the rule that we have in place is that if you have not started your NAS, or you are not outside the country, like saying that is in UK now, we can have her there, because we don't want people to get confused. We realize that when we're taking people anyhow putting there, because usually I'll tell you to send me your nursing document. I want to be sure we don't ask scammers in the group, so you send me your nursing document. I have to be sure you're a nurse first, then we'll not add them. We saw that people were making, in fact, some people went to pay for NAS and they don't have a way of you coming to Canada. So it was really like, so I had to do a meeting with the admins. We said, okay, this is our rule. If you have not started NAS, you cannot join our group, or you're not outside the country, we cannot allow you. If you want to start and you want to join, what you do is that you contact me directly. I will put you through. So when you have not started, I will not add you to the group. So that's how it works. We don't want you to get confused. It's not pride or they don't know. We don't want you to get, because if you waste money, I cannot refund you, but it's going to pay me. So we don't want you to get confused. Somebody almost made a mistake, I think last week, but thank God she was in the group. So she made it, she mentioned, everybody was like, no, don't do that. But if she was alone, when we didn't have groups or something, she would have made that mistake, and then 2 years, 3 years, she's still there waiting for NAS. But she made a mistake from the beginning. So that's how we have this support. So if you know you want to do something like that, reach out to me first. Then I can put you through on my own without adding you to the group. So when you now
and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes. That's my channel. It is free. It is free, and watch the videos there. If you have questions, please don't make mistake. Even after watching my video, I tell people, drop your question for me on the channel. I'll answer you there. Don't make mistake. I don't want anybody to make mistake. It's too stressful. Canada is stressful. So you imagine they now toss you around for NAS. You won't like yourself.
All right, thank you so much. So we have come towards the end of today. Wow, I also feel like I can't talk. You should be working as a broadcaster, because if I'm not cutting you, you can talk from now. If I allow you, you will talk from now till tomorrow. You will not stop. You just keep going. Anyway, this question. Let's take the question before I.
I'm applying for NAS. Yes, now. Do you want me to answer that question? Just like I mentioned, I don't know it's just like I mentioned earlier, provisional nomination is for you to come to Canada. So before I can even get a job as a nurse in Canada, I should be present on Canada soil, or I've done the exam and I'm coming. So provisional nomination is what you do. You can do it side by side while applying for NAS. But not that you have applied for NAS and you don't have a way of coming to Canada. You now want to start going back again. I want you to first have a route. Like, what route am I getting to Canada with? At least be 50% sure on the route. Grab it like this in your hand, then start NAS. So that even if you want to start as LPN, you can write the exam in Nigeria or anywhere, so you can write the exam anywhere now, because it's online. Then when you come here, so you can start working as LPN straight up. But please get a route of coming to Canada. Just like I said, there are no agencies that will pay for this thing. If there are agencies, and they'll come and quickly pick and say, I'll pay for you, they'll put you through and all that. That's why we have channels like mine that would tell you what to do. But you have to be ready to do the work. Canada is patience, and you have to spend money.
All right, thank you, Nurse Ofela. And the final, I've got you. So the final roundup question I have for you now is, what's your advice for, do you think it's worth it, everything so far? Do you think Canada is worth it? What all the stress? What all this going about with NAS? Yeah? At all for nurses. And for you, what do you want us to take home? Just give us something you want us to take home during that discussion, and please make it very brief, because you only have 2 minutes to say it. Thank you.
Okay. It's worth it, because that's the gospel truth. Canada is worth it. The only thing is that for now, which I really don't like, if you become a nurse practitioner in Canada today, you are not allowed to own your own facility yet. But in US, you are allowed. But currently, but you're going to still work and make your money. You can even be the one to be directors of some doctors, or maybe that have facilities. They can hire you there as their main practitioner. Maybe they have other things they are doing, and you still make your money that way. Telemedicine, there are a lot of things you can do to make money as MP. Just make sure you're done having all your children so you can have time to make the money. So that's the only thing right now that I'm not really so pleased with. But it's what and I feel that they will come around to, let's say in the next 2-3 years now. They should come around. But right now, you can't practice and have your own. You can't have your own facility. And take home, I would say if you want Canada, go for it. And know that, like I'm saying, Canada is patient and you have to get information. Follow who no road. Those guys say, I will not support our channel. Hey, yeah, I know that I will lose. Oh, it's not me. Oh, because see,
I always say we are not doing meal. It's not that if you don't watch video that I've made, it's not that we know it too. I'm on NHS payroll. Do you understand? So I will not watch a video. Now yourself you dey do. No, you're not doing me.
exactly. So, because for me, yes, YouTube will pay at some point, but for me, it's not about the money that I want to get from YouTube now, because I'm not even I'm not even close to monetization at all. But I just want you to get this information so that the stress I went through, I don't want people to go through it. Let people say, oh, because of Nosofela channel, I was able to do this thing in an easier way. You get, I didn't have that luxury, but I want you to have that luxury. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today.
Oh, thank
See you some other time.
Thank you so much for this session. I mean, see, my daughter has just been here and there. The things I've written in this daughter safe. I don't even know. It's like the way my eyes is doing me now. It's like I'm not going to US again. It's like this Canada I will go to. But I'm thinking that if when I do that end class like this, I'll just pause like this and dump US and come to Canada, because the things that are happening in US I don't even understand again. Even though Canada too, we hear a lot of things, but all their money is doing like this to me. So thank you so much for this session. Like, okay.
Few minutes to say something. For those in Canada or US or whatever, sorry, not enough. MG. I just really want to, because I just got this nice cup, and I'm an advocate for health, so I feel it's really good for your health if you want to get it. It's just like a drinking normal. You saw me sipping from it, right? But the only thing is that it helps you with your detox and whatever. Let me show you why I like it. I'll just brief. It has this thing in it, right? So it's different from every other cup you have. So like everything I want to use for detox is right here today. So instead of me having to use my hand to scoop them out, if you're using normal cup, you just trash this, and in the morning they get refill. So it's really so good, and it comes with 2 cover. You can wash it in your washing machine. It's compatible. So if you want to get it, just let me know. I have a link of someone that sells it, so you can have it.
So you just use me to do adverts. So are you going to pay for this advert?
I'll pay. It's not a problem. Yeah.
I know say money no be problem.
No, not really.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much everyone that joined. Some of you joined late and you couldn't can you drop us the link to your YouTube channel? It's just Ifeo Fella.
I'll drop in the chat. Let me see. Sorry, let me just drop it. Let me get it from the chat. I think I have it somewhere. Did I send it to? Okay, sorry, I'm coming. Just one moment. I'll just copy it from here. Copy link. Okay, so I'll just drop it in the chat. How do can I chat? I think I left already again. Oh my God. Yes, that's my channel. Yes, that's my channel, please. I'm tired.
I'm waiting for my $500 new subscriber here. Okay, alert us. I'm going to turn your notification on so that I will know when that $500 is dropping.
I think so. I think so. Since I still have my makeup on, I'll just do something. Alrighty, thank you for having me, Nos MJ. It's time to go.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining this live session. I hope you have taken something tangible and very useful. If you're not subscribed to Nos Ife Ofela's YouTube channel yet, please, I think she has convinced you more than enough to subscribe to that channel. You're doing it for yourself, not her. Trust me. This woman is like, I looking at her, can you see her apartment? She's a rich woman. Okay, so it's not your money that she used to look rich to. So please, and YouTube, they are still going to tax that money that they will even pay when they monetize your account. Do you get? So it's not even that your money, but she's very passionate about giving information. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are here to subscribe. Follow our Instagram. It's also the same, Ife Ofela. Follow me on Instagram also. It's Proud Nos MJ if you're not following yet. And my YouTube is Nos MJ TV. I always try to bring people like this that are very knowledgeable to help, because me, it's like the two of us, we are twins in this ministry. Yeah, I'm very passionate about nursing, even though I might leave them soon, but I'll do the best I can do before I leave them. So thank you so much for having us, guys. We are ending this chat now. We're going. Please leave your review about this session. We'd love to read some reviews on our Instagram, read some review on our YouTube, read some review on Twitter. Okay, I think Nosofela wants to say something, and then we'll close it. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this session a lot.
Can I get to watch this session later? Right?
Absolutely. Yes, I'm gonna broadcast it. I'm gonna save it to my channel so everyone can watch it later. Okay? Yes, you can watch it later. Okay, and you can share the link on your channel later. Okay, so thank you so much, Nosofela. I love you so much. This session was so sweet. As in, I could watch you talk till tomorrow. God, you are so fluent. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna save this video and you can always watch back later and ask your questions after. Nosofela will be more than happy to respond to your questions. Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah. Say bye-bye. Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Love you.